now. All righty. We are live. Excellent. Let's get this live shared on YouTube. Again, guys, if you are not, okay, so this is live, share, copy. As people are coming in, reminder, YouTube is where to join. We've got our first viewer. I'm going to be watching the YouTube chat here, guys. Welcome in. Who's our first viewer over there on YouTube? Okay. Jim Simpson, thank you very much for joining. Very cool. And hello to everybody again on TikTok. Reminder that tonight's 1957 Top Set Break with Grand Prize Mickey Mantle PSA 7 is going to be hosted on YouTube Live. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It is Sunday night. I'm going to be watching the YouTube stream here as we wait to get everybody into the chat before I start the break. As a reminder, guys, the set break is 408 total spots. And again, if you guys haven't yet, if you're watching on TikTok and you've got spots in the break, I am not going to be showing the results on TikTok. The results will be shown on YouTube. I'll read the results, but they will not be shown on the screen. So I just want to make sure I'm playing by the rules here on TikTok Live and we don't have any issues tonight with that. Alrighty, yes, Jim brings up a good point, so we'll be discussing that in just a second over on YouTube. Okay, guys, so here is how the break is going to work. So there are two Mickey Mantles in the 1957 Top Set break for this specific one. So spot number 95 is going to be the PSA 7 copy. Spot number 408 is going to be the SGC 1 copy. So if you land on 408, you're still getting a Mickey Mantle card. However, the big mantle is going to come from spot number 95. And that's because when we're watching the results live, you'll see me copy and paste the results into the break sheet, and I'll be reading the results live throughout the evening. And I don't want people to be able to tell who won the big mantle card before you get to see it. So I am going to make spot number 95 the big reveal. Okay, guys? So we're up to 28 viewers in the YouTube channel, which is great. I want to try to get a few more. We've got 155 here on TikTok. Again, as a reminder, guys, the 57 Top Set break is full. It is completely full. Spots are sold out, and I'm going to be reading the results here live. Bonkers Cards Live with all new cards and inventory is going to start here in probably the next 20 minutes or so. So if you want, you could stay in the TikTok chat and just listen to me talk. I'll be revealing the results there. What I would appreciate everybody to do, as we're just giving another minute here for everyone to load into the YouTube chat, I'll probably start it in about 2 minutes. As we got the last 2 minutes here before we kick it over on YouTube, I want to remind everybody in the TikTok live chat to hit the follow button. I am so close to 22,000 followers on TikTok. And for whatever reason, the march from 21,000 to 22,000 on TikTok has been the longest stretch of time of 1,000 followers I've had since probably like I had 4,000 to 5,000 followers. For whatever reason, I've had a really difficult time with the algorithm pushing my videos out over the last 2 months. And Gary says any storage box available. So I haven't been able to get the follower count up on TikTok. So if you're watching on TikTok Live, hit that follow button. I'll give you a shout out. We are within 50 followers of 22,000 on my channel. And I'm super thankful and appreciative to all you guys who've been following along the way. So we're up to 37 viewers on YouTube, which is great. That seems to be pretty close to where we will likely go. I'm reading the YouTube chat right now. We got Dave Greenwood, Jim Simpson, Joey Spurlock, Steel Curtain, Vinny Body. What's up, Vinny? Awesome, guys. So we've got a full crew over on YouTube. I want to make sure Craig, what's going on? I'm glad to see Craig's on here. All right. So I want to remind everybody the way the 57 top set break works. All 408 spots have been purchased. I'm going to copy and paste all of the names into a randomizer, which I have done. I'm going to share my screen now. You guys are going to see that randomizer, and then I will then roll a dice. The dice will be rolled. It has to be a 7 or higher. Once the 7 is rolled, we'll then see the results, copied and pasted. The amount of times that the dice is rolled is the amount of times that we randomize the order that everybody is in, okay? So again, just a reminder to everybody on TikTok, you will not be able to see the results. I'm going to be reading this live. I have it up on YouTube, on the YouTube broadcast right now. Awesome. Berard, Craig is in. Excellent. And I see we just jumped up to 44 people on YouTube, so I'm glad I waited a minute. Thank you for everybody for jumping on promptly. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All righty. So here is the giveaway. We are live right now with the giveaway. I'm going to roll the dice. And again, want to thank everybody for joining into this set break. I think this is our 25th all-time set break, which is incredible. Want to remind everybody that spot number 95 tonight is the PSA 7 Mickey Mantle Grand Prize. Spot number 10 is going to be the 57 Mays. Spot number 35 is the big Frank Robinson rookie. So a lot of the big hits are going to happen really early on in this break. So good luck. We're up to 52 viewers in the YouTube channel. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you're not yet subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button there as well. All righty, guys. So what we're going to do, I'm going to roll this dice. And again, everybody's name who bought spots is loaded into this. You'll see everybody's name right here. Thank you all so much. You'll see 408 total entries right here for the 408 total spots. We will roll the dice. We need a 7 or higher to go. It is a 5, so we will go again. We've got it. It's an 8. And all righty, we are good to go. So we've got the 8. I'm reading the YouTube chat. All righty. So we are going to go for it. All right, guys. So we've got the 8. We will begin the giveaway. So we're going to randomize it 8 times. And on the 8th time, I'll copy and paste the results. Let's do it. All right. So 1 is in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go, guys. With one more spin, here we go. We will know the order of which everybody's going to be in. So really excited for this. Again, on a countdown of 3. Thank you to all who joined on this set break. And it's important for me to remind everybody that in this set break, we did a lot of good. This break raised $2,040 towards men's mental health. I'm making a donation on behalf of the whole Bonkers community for this set break of over $2,000 for the Movember Foundation. And that raises money and awareness for men's mental health, suicide prevention, testicular cancer research, and prostate cancer research. So want to thank everybody so much for that. All right, guys. And here we go in the final randomizer. Thank you all for joining. Let's do it. The results are in. All righty. So I will now copy and paste the results. Awesome. Into the result tab. And I will now read the results live for the chat. So I will share the screen. Sharing. Share. We'll now read the results. Here we go. And I'm just going to make the text a lot bigger so that you guys can see it. All right. Everybody sees that good on YouTube. Yep. I'm reading the chats here as we go. All right. I'm going to be reading it. All right. I spelled Keith wrong, so apologies, Keith. That's Keith Abel. We're going to start it off with Keith hitting the Ted Williams off to a hot start. Card number 2, Yogi Berra, going to William Skinner. I'm going to be reading the chat here on YouTube. Would love to hear and see everybody's reactions because the first big card, the PSA 7, Willie Mays. Here we go. It's going to Mark Denny. Mark Denny, if you're out there watching, congratulations. We've got it. Mark Denny has hit the big Willie Mays. As we scroll down, Robin Roberts, the next Hall of Famer for Anthony Miller. Don Drysdale for Trey Bradbury. And Paul Kaiser. Paul Kaiser is hitting one of the biggest cards of the night, the 57 Hank Aaron, PSA 7, wherever Paul is. He's quite happy. He's got himself the Hank Aaron. I know Paul's a big Hank Aaron guy. We just did a Hank Aaron trade before the show started. So shout out to Paul. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Now, again, as a reminder, one of the biggest cards in the break happens early. It's going to be spot number 35. It's going to be the Frank Robinson rookie in a PSA 7 grade, guys. The PSA 7 grade Frank Robinson rookie. As we scroll, it's going to be coming up. Bill Mazeroski to Don Brignola, Whitey Ford to Bradley Dufresne. Lots of Hall of Famers in this break. We're coming up. Here we go. Whitey Herzog to William Skinner. Don Brignola hits Pee Wee Reese. As we keep scrolling, Frank Robinson goes to Joey Spurlock. Congratulations to Joey Spurlock. I believe this is Joey's first ever Bonkers Vintage set break, and he hits on the Frank Robinson rookie. Congratulations to Joey. Hope you're out there watching. If you're in the chat, let me see the reactions. I love reading it. Denster says yes. Ted Skinner says nice. Love to see it. Spurlock's in the chat. Absolutely. Frank Robinson, huge hit for him. Very cool. Joey, how many spots did you grab in this break? I don't know off the top of my head what the Frank Robinson goes for. It's got to be a couple $1,000. I'd have to think. So that's a really good hit. He bought 2 spots, so $120 turns into a 2,000. I don't know the exact card. I'll have to look up the comps after this, but PSA 7 Frank Robinson rookie. That's a big one for Joey. Pretty neat. As I scroll down, the Hank Aaron's been accounted for. Frank's been accounted for. Mays has been accounted for. Clemente's coming up at card 76. Then Mantle is card number 95. Those are some of the big slabs we have in this big break. So let's keep it going. All righty, guys. Scrolling. Nelly Fox. Win to Trey Bradbury. The next one's going to be this Clemente PSA 7. Roberto Clemente. And card number. Oh, Ernie Banks to Matthew Simon. There you go. Ernie Banks to Matthew Simon. Dick Williams to Chris Bowes. I'm scrolling to get to card number 76. And that will be next, guys. So here we go. The next one, the Roberto Clemente PSA 7. Big card. Here we go. It goes to Josh Dyer. Congratulations to Josh. Josh, I think, is in the chat somewhere. Congratulations to Josh Dyer hitting on the Clemente. Gil Hodges going to Anthony Miller. All right. The next big one, guys, is going to be the Mantle. He's coming up in 10 spots. So, again, spot number 95 is going to be the PSA 7 Mantle. The last spot in the break will be the regular Mantle. Okay, guys? So here we go. I'm going to scroll down. Larry Doby to Tim Polker. Warren Spahn to William Skinner. All righty. So this is the big prize. This is the grand prize of them all. Hopefully everybody's tuned in, ready to rock. Let's see who's taking home the 57 Mantle PSA 7, guys. This is the biggest card in the break. Sales of over $5,000 on just this card this year. So this is the big winner of the break. I'm super excited. Let's see who's got it in 3, 2, 1. It goes to Chris Bowes. Chris Bowes has hit it again. Oh my goodness. Chris Bowes is the luckiest man in the set breaks. Chris Bowes hit the Mantle rookie in our last break, and he hits it again in spot number 95. Are you serious? Is Chris in the chat? That is unbelievable. Wow. That is crazy. He hits it again. Congratulations to Chris. We'll keep, as we scroll through, there's going to be a break here between the next big Hall of Fame card. The last big Hall of Fame card out there is spot number 328, and that is Brooks Robinson. So I'm going to keep scrolling through. Al Kaline to John McGuffin. Minnie Minoso to D. Dole. Red Shendiste, that is 154. Duke Snyder going to Christina Lopez. And I'm just going to keep scrolling here because we hit a lot of common players in this midpoint. Hoyt Wilhelm going to Chris Bowes as well. Vinny picking up Roy Campanella. Enos Slaughter to Jason Chacon. Just ripping off here some more results. Reading the chat here. Crash says, yes, she's happy with Duke Snyder. Appreciate it. Awesome stuff. Man, I haven't seen any chat yet from Chris, so I'm excited to see if and when he sees these results. That's pretty crazy, man. And as we scroll through, George Kell to Anthony Miller. Eddie Matthews going to Paul Kaiser. Both of the Braves to Paul Kaiser, getting Eddie Matthews and Hank Aaron. Very cool as I keep scrolling through. We are coming up on 328, which is going to be the last big card, the PSA 6 Brooks Robinson rookie, guys. The PSA 6 Brooks Robinson rookie. Again, if you're tuning in, YouTube Live is where the results are being read and viewers are checking in. So be sure to subscribe and follow on both here on TikTok and YouTube. But Bonkers Cards Live will be starting on YouTube shortly. As I keep scrolling through, we are getting up to spot number 328. Sandy Koufax to Jason Kirsch. And there it is. Brooks Robinson to Paul Kaiser. My goodness. Paul Kaiser and Chris Bose are the huge winners on this break. Unbelievable. Both of these guys hitting some of the big ones. And that is going to be the last of the big PSA 7 slabs. There are some more. I'm reading OG Crypto. Don't turn your back to TikTok. I'm not sure what that means. Jim Bunning to Paul Ferris. I'm going to keep scrolling as we're finishing this out, guys. There's just the last mantle to go. I believe that will be all of the big Hall of Fame names. So as we wrap this up, guys, I will again, this YouTube video will be published. That video will stay there. You'll be able to see that. And then I'll post it to Facebook. The results will be in the newsletter. And then we're going to go live here on TikTok Live for Bonkers Cards Live tonight. I bought a couple new collections. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can hop back over to TikTok to watch the Bonkers Cards Live show and pick up some awesome cards tonight. Alrighty, guys. So as we're scrolling through and finishing spot 408, here we go for the last spot. The bonus mantle goes to Chris Bose. Chris Bose, Anthony Miller hits the Yankees power hitter. The Yankees power hitter also has Mantle and Berra. But man, the big winners tonight, Chris Bose and Paul Kaiser. Ted Skinner says, nice hit on the Richardson. Very cool. All right, guys. So that is going to be the live for the set break. Again, thank you to everybody who bought spots in this. Your purchases of spots were donated to the Movember Foundation. I'm getting a bunch of notifications happening at one time on my phone. So again, this break raised over $2,000 for men's mental health. I'm super proud of that. We will see what the next set break is. Still working on it, but I appreciate everybody who joined it. The one thing I'll say while I still have everybody on here before they jump over to TikTok is please give me a week or so to get this stuff shipped out. It is a holiday week. The post office is going to be closed. Mail's going to be slow. I have a ton of packages to get out there, 408 cards in this break. So please be patient with me. And yeah, guys, that will end the YouTube video. I'll stop sharing my screen. For everybody on YouTube, come back over to TikTok. Thank you guys all so much for joining the break. This will end the 57 top set break. I appreciate everybody for joining, and let's have a great show on TikTok. Thank you guys. Awesome.